Hello, Star Wars fans! Did you know there's just 256 days until Christmas 2021? Today, we're going to cover a lot of rumors that came out over the weekend. Some of them are leaks. We actually have some leaked photos from the set of Andor. We have some released from StarWars.com itself regarding the High Republic. And then we've got a host of rumors that come from the typical sources, Reddit, and that kind of like. So I'd like to go through those with you all today and kind of go through the thought process that Santa has as I go through when I come across these things and determine what I think is believable and not, and how we come up with that decision. So I do want to share some of that with you all and say hello to everybody. Oh my goodness, I see a lot of our regular supporters here. Saw Trinity in the house. Trinity is releasing a brand new premiere. Just came out. Thanks for stopping in, Trinity. And, just a couple other snow notes, as we like to call them here, because Santa's workshop here at the North Pole. We've got some show notes. Earlier today, I did a show with our friends at Everyday Geeks. Stormy and I talked about the Bad Batch series coming up, and we'll talk about that in today's show here as well. And then yesterday, I was on the afternoon show with Al and Lavis. We talked about the sequel trilogy again, and the appearance that we had last week on Nerd Theory, and followed that up with a more prolonged discussion on afternoons with Alan Lavis. And the great news there is we're going to continue that going forward. I'll be coming on as a regular every Sunday. Now, the next two Sundays, Santa's going to be on vacation. So we'll come back on May 2nd on the afternoon there on Den of Nerds Live, and the afternoon with Al and Lavis, and we'll get super hyped up for the Bad Batch that's being released on Star Wars Day. Oh, that's some great news. So we'll be there as well. And then tomorrow night on Den of Nerds Live for Debate 8, Adam has been talking to me. We're going to perhaps have a Debate 8 about the best lightsaber duels in Star Wars. So that's super exciting. Look forward to that tomorrow night. Because of that, we will likely not have a live stream tomorrow. And then not sure about Wednesday. Thursday, we should be back on with a Magic Maker for our weekly show there. So that's sort of what our schedule looks like this week. And I want to give you guys an update on the show. Of course, we went over 1,000 subscribers, which was just phenomenal last week. Wow. And then over the course of the weekend, we went over 2,000 hours of watch time. When we hit 4,000, that will unlock the community completely for subscribers, and we'll be able to get monetization and be able to go through a lot of that kind of stuff. So looking very much forward to that. And we're going to have, as a part of that community, we'll have regular toy giveaways every month. And I've already got the very first one we're going to give away for the subscribers of the channel. Once that comes live, we hit the 4,000 hours. In fact, I'm going to have a giveaway to celebrate 4,000 hours. And that's going to come I think next month. We should get that sometime in May, and I've got it right here. We're going to give away from the Black Series. We've got Jar Jar Binks here. The Black Series Jar Jar Binks Target recently had a sale, and these were discounted anywhere from 50 to 75% off here in the States, depending where you live. And I was able to pick this up over the weekend. We'll do a unboxing and review of the character figure, and then at the 4,000 hour subs, I will give this away. And of course, it'll be unboxed, opened, and reviewed. But to one of our subscribers will do that. Other news: we do have another Black Series figure we're going to unbox and review. Maybe when I get back from vacation. This was a busy week for Santa as we're getting ready to go on vacation. But we'll have the Black Series Rey on crate. And this is very similar to the one we already have, the training ray. But this one comes with some soft goods and a little other accessories. So this here we'll be unboxing and reviewing. And you can see the array with the soft goods and accessories, additional accessories. So we look forward to having this review later in maybe when I get back from vacation. So there's the start of it. I think that's it for the notes up at the top of the show. And let's see what else. Say hi to everybody. I saw we've got some new folks here. First of all, Irrefutable Comrade, first one on. Oh, thanks for coming in. First one. Ducky Momo was here. He's one of the winner circle folks from Santa's first toy giveaway. We've got that. And Peter Grimben. You know, Peter, I think this is the first time you've been able to attend a live stream. Thanks for coming by. Oh, good to see you. Sheev the Wise, another regular here on our show. Everyday Geeks, as we mentioned earlier, we did an interview earlier with Stormy, and that video is up. Please go check it out. We had a lot of fun talking. Fitment Studios. Oh, yo, hello. Good to see you here. And Ranger Intel, I think you're brand new to our live stream. Great to see you here. Thanks for coming by. Peter Grimman. Oh, there you are. And let's see, who else is here? I saw a nice discussion going on. Spencer Evelyn, another of our regulars. Thanks for coming in. And Dale. Oh, Dale's here saying hello. Good morning to everybody. Eden Rendell. Hello there. Oh, General Kenobi, is that you? That's a great inside thing for Star Wars fans. Matt, hello. Again, saw our friend Trinity from 2nd Street Marvel here. Reefer Man Reviews. Oh, Reefer Man and a bottle of rum. Oh, that's very funny. Coachella Coastal, thanks for coming. Good to see you here. And I think that might get us caught up. Dark Side. Oh, thanks for coming in here. And Mark Hamilton, another note that we need to bring up. Last week, we had Lord Callis on vacation. He came back yesterday and he's up and running. Santa goes on vacation this week through next. And then when we get back, we really do need to get tied in with Lord Callis. Yeah, Peter, been here since the Nerd Theory stream. Thanks so much. And there's Lord Callis himself right there. Lord Callis, hope that you had a fantastic vacation. Saw those fun in the sun photos you posted out there at the beach. That's fantastic. And I'm looking forward to doing a deep dive. We're going to do a thorough review, spoiler review of Into the Dark with Lord Callis. And then Lord Callis and I are working to do a regular show together, maybe a weekly kind of thing, where we can talk about Star Wars, the news of the day and such. So look forward to that. More details on that as we're able to work that out. Little Mongoose, hello. And Trev. You know, Trev is a great supporter of the channel. He's been here from the very beginning and great resource to Santa. Appreciate that. And Major Props. You guys, if you haven't checked out Major Props, he makes some amazing Star Wars stuff. We're gonna, I know he's got a reveal coming up. If you're on Santa's Discord, and Mark has put the link to our Discord in the chat a couple of times. If you've joined our Discord, you can see where Major Props has put a little preview of something being released on Star Wars Day. So look forward to that. And of course, our regular collaborator, Reimagining Star Wars, a Magic Maker is here with us. Thanks for coming into the stream today, a Magic Maker. Big Stevie W. Oh, hello there. Oh, welcome. Nikki Nix here. Very good. We've got all kinds of stuff. Let's see. Yeah. Major Props does some seriously good work. No kidding. Really good stuff. And Bad Doodle, hello. Nikki. Security is here, folks. Watch out. Don't step over the line, or I'll have to give Nikki some mod rights on the channel, and she'll take you right out the door. Don't mess around with Nikki. She comes with a reputation. So, oh, thank you so much for being here. And Park Outdoors, you're here. Very good. All right, so let's jump into some of this these rumors that came out, and I want to share with you all. Let's bring them up right here. All right, so one of them you may have seen just a little bit ago. Yeah, reimagining a magic maker. You too, buddy. I mean, on Thursdays you get by with a lot, but today I'll sick Nikki right on you. You behave yourself. Very, very good. We had rumored just a week ago or so that indeed Katie Sackhoff, we were going to see more Bo-Katan in season 3 of The Mandalorian. But just 16 hours ago, yesterday, Katie Sackhoff did an interview, and she says, I don't know. I've not heard anything. The only thing I know is what we've already done. Nobody's contacted her for any filming. Nobody's contacted her about other appearances. So this becomes another one of those things where, Reefer Man, I saw that Star Wars Explained did an interview with her. I haven't caught up with it yet. I plan to do that later today, but good to know that. And Jack, hello. So here we go. How do we know if Bo-Katan, right, is going to show up again? We had a rumor last week that said that she was indeed going to be in, and then we get Screen Rant today from yesterday saying she doesn't know anything. How do you break that down? And that is one of the things about these rumors. When rumors come out, then until they're verified by the studios, you just don't know. And what I think this is, I agree with most of you, is I don't believe her. I don't believe Katie Sackhoff for a moment. And this is how you have to break down these rumors. And I know Josh talks about it on his live streams regularly at the Den of Nerds. Actors lie. That's what they do. I've got a secret for you. Katie Sackhoff is not really Bo-Katan. She portrays Bo-Katan. So yeah, actors act. They lie, and the good ones lie very good. They lie very well. So I don't believe for a moment that Katie Sackhoff's not going to show up again all over the Mandoverse, the Filoni-verse. You could expect to see her over and over and over again. So I totally think that she will show up. Let me get caught up with some of the comments. Right. Jack, she's lying. That's true. I believe that's true. And again, this is just, speculation on Santa's part, right? I'm speculating that she's lying. And that's I put on the thumbnail, fact or crap. And I saw here where some of you are already calling this one crap, right? So, and it won't make sense for her not to come back, right? Stormy, she'll show up again. The ending of season 2 set it up. Her and Din Djarin are going to be together. I don't think they're going to be at war together, Stormy, but I do think they're going to be showing up. And a Magic Maker, it's great tension for the fans. What it does is it puts different news stories in front of us to keep it relevant, to keep us talking, and to keep us creating these kind of videos. So I think it worked perfectly for that. For Coachella, another winner's circle member right here. Our grand prize winner for Coachella. Yeah, she'll be back for sure. 100%. Nikki. After Mark Hamill said he was done and got a cameo man, I don't believe these. I don't believe these people anymore. Good bet, Nikki. Very good. Good bet. Jack said she probably said it because she's close friends with Gina. I don't know that that's true. I think she's been told to go out and tell everybody that she doesn't know anything. I wouldn't be surprised if she's already got some scripts that she's reading, memorizing lines and that kind of stuff. I don't believe her for one half of a second. What a strange thing for her to say. hasn't been contacted at all. That's what she said. So if we go down through the article here, there's some interesting parts. Let's just get down here to the quote. She says right here, I honestly wish that I could tell you I knew something. Let me, I'll make this bigger so you all can read it. Oops, wrong screen. Let me make this bigger right here so that you guys can read this as well. Oops. So here we go. Scroll down. Scroll. It moved on me. Oh, I can't find it because I made it too big. Let's go. Here we go. Up. Here it is. So she says, I honestly wish that I could tell you I knew something. I really don't know. Right? I know where we ended, and that's all I have. So she's saying, I know what happened in Mando season 2. I don't know anything else. I can only use my imagination and hope that we see some cool stuff, but I have no idea. Now, come on, Katie. We're calling crap on you. So fact or crap, this falls into the crap. We don't believe you. Yeah, I think Eden season 3 is going to be about the siege of Mandalore, the reclamation of Mandalore, and it's going to be heavy with Bo-Katan. Absolutely, she still wants that Darksaber. Exactly. A magic maker. Katie isn't the real Bo. Look, I hate to tell you guys, but all of it is made up. All of it. You know, the Star Wars universe as a whole. Brace yourselves. I hope that you're sitting down. It's all made up. and yeah, so we'll have fun. Right. I think that Katie is full of it. So there you go. Let's get caught back up with the comments here. Definite crap. Right. So I think we're in agreement here on today's show. Season 3, right? We may even see Sabine and her parents. Exactly. Can't believe interviews anywhere. That's right, Spencer. That's a good point to take home. Anytime you see interviews where an actor is saying one thing or another, you really can't believe it. Not until after the fact, or maybe they're talking about it, and then even then, not sure. not sure. There isn't really a Katie Sackhoff. Bo-Katan is real. Lord Callus only makes sense for her to return. We need to see how the Darksaber story. Yes, exactly. That, you know, Lord Callus is 100% right. That's when we left season 2. That's really what was left open. The next chapter of this story to tell. You could say that the child, right, Grogu chapter is primarily closed. Look for him to return back to Din very soon. But the next chapter is certainly going to be about the reclamation of Mandalore, and Din and Bo going back to Mandalore to take rightful control by Mandalorians over the Imperial remnants. Absolutely. She hasn't been contacted because she already knows what's going on. They discussed it, just hasn't been released. I agree with you, Reefer Man. Absolutely. She knows. They all know. Absolutely. What I mean is contact when she filmed her appearance season 2. Yeah. Mark says she's the second most important person in what this expect the storyline to be. Right. Unless there's a massive curveball. There's no massive curveball. It's Gray. Hello, Gray. I forgot to say hello earlier. Thanks for being here again. This one is crap. Fact or crap, this one is crap. Absolutely. Jack, she's not even trying. Reimagining Star Wars, 5 buckets of coal. There you go. And you know, we have a new we have a new segment that we've been doing on the show called Buckets of Coal. I'm looking for somebody to volunteer to do a little 3 to 5 second little intro to the segment. And we give buckets of coal 1 to 5 based on truthfulness. One bucket is mostly true, maybe spun a little to for a narrative. 5 buckets is completely made up. And Magic Maker, I think I agree with you. 5 buckets of coal for Kitty Sackhoff on this one. Absolutely. So my goodness, you guys in the chat, I'm not going to be able to keep up. You guys are doing a great job. Let me just keep going. Oh, Bob's your uncle's here. Santa is real. You can see me right here. I'm as real as Bo-Katan. There you go. Oh, Jason from Polyhedral Paradise. Thanks for being here. And Jason was on some vacation time away from home for a few days as well. Welcome back. Good to see you here. Probably aren't getting Mando for another 2 years. Oh, Nikki. I think we'll have Mando. From what I've seen, they're still expecting it to release next year, 2022. So maybe, but I think 2022. Mike, the Sandman Porter is here. It's all real. Right. So let's see. Hey, Brian. Hey. Oh, we have something in common, my friend. What's happening? We are having fun talking about Star Wars today. Those NDAs are no joke. True. Let's see here. Yeah, you guys are overwhelming me. Absolutely. What show do I think Luke training Grogu would be in? Eden, I don't know that Luke is going to train Grogu very long at all, if any. Perhaps very briefly. But if the show follows true to form, then Grogu should be returning to Din Djarin right away. That's based on Jon Favreau saying that the inspiration for the story, Grogu's storyline, came from Paper Moon. And in Paper Moon, you could see the parallels there. At the end, the orphan, right? The girl returns back to the Wanderer, and that should be the case here. We should see Grogu returning back to Din very, very soon. So if it follows form, then and that's what Jon Favreau said the story was based on. If that's what the story is based on, then we should expect that to be the way it concludes. Jason, hello. Oh, Peter. Oh, thank you so much. The love is shared. Love is shared. Very good. I know. I wondered about that, Mike Porter. Oh, that's an iffy word for Santa to be using. Will they use the existing digital assets of Mandalore environments from the Clone Wars, upgrade them? Oh, I don't know that they'll use those because it needs to be more live action than animated. You guys are doing good. You guys are doing great. There's Mark Hamilton. Yeah. There's I don't think Isaac. First of all, hello. I don't think she's read the script. She said she didn't know anything. Well, there you go. She could be using that, right? She's not read the script, so she doesn't know anything. But I still think she's lying. A Magic Maker, summer 22. Yeah, I think so. This one is Blue Milk. Oh, I like that one, Dark Side. Nikki saying end of 22, maybe. You might have something there, Nikki. If we do the Book of Boba Fett, the end of 21, then we could have sort of this trade-off back and forth between Mandalorian and Boba Fett, and that could be the case. Yeah, mid to summer 22. I'm on pace with that as well, Magic Maker. Jamie Chung for Sabine, absolutely. I think Jamie Chung would be perfect from Battlestar Galactica. Her and Katie worked together before. That'd be great. You guys are sidetracking me though. So let's get down here. I think I'm gonna Yeah, Lord Callus. Personally, I prefer Grogu to stay with Luke and fall into the Ahsoka series. They try to find Ezra. Keep the Force sensitives together. But I'm with you, Lord Callus. I understand the thought. And I understand people wanting to see the payoff of Grogu going with Luke and Luke's academy and all of that. But that's not the way Paper Moon ends. That's all I can say. That's not the way Paper Moon ends. And Favreau brought it up for a reason. And, I just don't know. Okay, so let's see. There's some other rumors here. Let me get into those, and we'll address a couple of other things that have come up. Here we go. This Detours, Star Wars Detours, is set to release on Disney Plus next month, and this is making its way through all of the releases. And the question is it real? Fact or crap? That's the question today. Fact or crap? This says Star Wars Detours set to hit Disney Plus next month, and that could happen as soon as May the 4th. So that's what I'm really wondering. I'm not sure. So this one here, I'm sort of on the edge. And Mike Porter, very good. Good luck with your second shot. So yeah, I'm seeing this one is crap. Probably crap. Fact on Detours, crap. We've got mixed response here. My problem is this says it'll release on May the 4th. I don't believe for a hot second that it'll release on May the 4th. May the 4th is going to be all about the Bad Batch. May the 4th is Bad Batch Day, 100%. I don't think that they want to split the narrative with Detours being in the mix. Doesn't make any sense. In week after week after week, Bad Batch should be leading all of the information, all of the narrative, all of the discussion online, and I just don't buy it. Now, Mark Hamilton, I've heard the show itself is crap. So I see 2 buckets on the release date. I think so, Magic Maker. I'm with you on. I think we're in agreement again. I think the release date is at least 2 buckets of coal, maybe 3. I'm leaning towards 3. I think as far as Detours itself being part of it, I think that they will release it. Why wouldn't they? I know that it's non-canon. I know that it's dated, but these things are primarily finished. And part of this article says they went ahead and finished the remainder of them, so they've got an entire season that they can release. And we were talking about it a little earlier in Discord. I think that they will do it during a lull. So when there is a window between content, much like they did with the whole thing on the Ewok content that's released back from Caravans of Courage, the animated series, all of that. And I know they're going to be releasing later in the year the old Droids animated series from the 80s as well. Those will come during lulls. April, there was no new Star Wars content coming out on Disney Plus. May through September appears to be very heavy with Bad Batch, and maybe in September we'll see them drop Droids, and that would be the earliest I would see them drop this series as well. So I would put my bet on this coming to Disney Plus at earliest September, maybe October. We know that in that time frame they're also going to release Visions, and it would have to fall right in between Bad Batch and Visions, or it will steal some narrative, and they don't want that to happen. Otherwise, look for it to come out sometime next year when there's another gap. So I think that it's crap. Dark Side, May the 4th detour be with you. They can easily do it. They already have the files. Right. Not that close to May the 4th. Right. Yeah. No. All but 6 or 7 episodes were finished. Park Outdoors. They had like 15 or more already finished, ready to release. So yeah, that's going to be it. Don't know about the release date, but there may be some truth with Detours being released. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Let's see. Let's go up. You guys are getting it here. There you go. Fact on it coming to Disney Plus. I agree. Detours will be put in the same section as a holiday. Yep. Easy money. Yep. It's in the vault. You have 52 episodes. It's a lot. Like there's a lot. So if it's 52 episodes, they've probably got like 45 of them already done. I mean, they were done before. Detour on May the 4th, 2.5 buckets. There you go. Yeah, it's a lot. Who even wants Detours? You know, I don't know that anybody is clamoring for it, but it will be entertaining to watch. From what I've seen, it's silly. It's just craziness, and it might be fun content to have. And I think there's been a push to maybe pull in kids today that aren't all up to date with lore and the movies and you know, the whole Star Wars universe and all of that. What's canon and legends, but children to be able to watch Star Wars and be entertained, and this would fall into that category, I think. Yeah, Isaac, I think Bad Batch is going to have 22 episodes, so brace yourself. Do you think Disney Plus will be more than one at a time? I do not. As far as Bad Batch is concerned, I think it'll be one a week. Detours, I think they'll release the whole thing in one chunk. Never heard of Detours. Right. It's a very silly animated show that was done. And I think you can see some of the animation style here. It is full of silliness, absolutely full of silliness. And it looks to be a lot of fun, right? Yeah, it got canceled when Disney bought Lucasfilm. Yeah. There you go. Spencer says, I want it. Major props. I don't think my 3D printers are big enough to print that Vader helmet. Yeah, the one here. That's probably true. That's probably true. This Vader helmet would be on the same scale probably as the one in Mel Brooks's Spaceballs, right? Oh, that's good. Seth MacFarlane. No, it wasn't Seth MacFarlane. It was I'll shoot. Who is the creator of this thing? It's probably here in the story. You guys probably already put it on the chat. Seth MacFarlane's in there. Seth Green. Right, Seth. I think Seth Green was the guy that was primarily involved in it. Let's see. Intrigued. Yeah, it looks funny to me. It looks funny, and it should be terrible, but terrible in a funny way. Right? They're short parodies, exactly. It's like sort of like Robot Chicken stuff. Yep, the other Seth Green. That's right. You guys got it. Let's see. Tyler Axelrod, hello. Welcome. It's good. Trev says Bad Batch will be 13 episodes. Weren't they working on the score for episode 14? I think they're working on the score for episode 14. So Trev, you're going to have to add one. So it'll be at least 14, at least 14 episodes. Let's see. Rewatched Caravan of Courage yesterday. Star Cruiser crash. Oh, don't talk about vessels crashing into another. That creates a whole nother problem. Let's see what else we got here. Seth Green, Seth Graves, Spaceballs. Okay. Oh, there's the Discord again. So while I pull up the next, we've got another rumor. So let me close this one. And there we go. We'll pop over here. So this one has been making its rounds about who is going to show up in the book of Boba Fett. Let me increase the size of this so you guys can see it a little bit easier. I'm sure you've already seen the videos make their way. Corey from Kessel Run, or Noah Outlaw from Kessel Run Transmissions went ahead and released it. And the rumor is that there are going to be a number of actors, guest appearances in the book of Boba Fett, including Din Djarin and our favorite from Tatooine, Cobb Vanth, Din Djarin, Cobb Vanth, and Grief Karga, and the fourth one, Migs Mayfeld. So on here, I'm a little, I pinned it yesterday. I'll have to log into YouTube to pin that again, Dale. I'll try to do that while we're doing this. So luckily 4 arcs for Book of Boba Fett. You know, Reefer Man, Mephisto, that there's a jab right at Josh at the Den of Nerds. Here's where I'm struggling with this, with the Book of Boba Fett. As Santa, oh, there you go. You heard it here first. Santa is going to make an appearance in the Book of Boba Fett. No. I have some questions about all of these, and we could go down the list. First of all, for Din Djarin to be involved, I could see perhaps where Din would come in some fashion, although I'm struggling a little with even Din. However, Cobb Vanth is an easy one, right? I agree. I saw Mark say Cobb is obvious. You have to think that Cobb Vanth, he's on Tatooine already. He's had Boba Fett's armor. There is some connection there. And there is a rumor from some time ago that said the Book of Boba Fett could be his hit list. That could be a list of names that Boba Fett is going back to get retaliated against. He's got some grudge for a list of people, and that's his book. So the Book of Boba Fett, each chapter could be another hit, another target, and a little bit of a backstory. So we would get flashback to the event that happened, and then come to current where he's acting it out. So, for example, we might get Cad Bane. Oh, please give us Cad Bane. Oh, we need Cad Bane in such a bad way in live action. Book of Boba Fett would be a great place to make that happen. So perhaps Cad Bane is in the Book of Boba Fett, and you see some flashback to when Cad Bane and Boba Fett had some skirmish, perhaps even a duel, or Boba Fett got a dent in his helmet and Cad Bane survives. And now Boba Fett's got word that Cad Bane is alive and he's going out for a hit. And so we could end something like that. Cad Bane makes sense. It makes sense here that Cobb Vanth would fit into that as well, because Cobb Vanth had Boba's armor. We know that Boba knew Cobb Vanth had the armor. And we don't know why Boba didn't go get it before Din Djarin did. I do not think that Din Djarin is in the book. I don't think Boba Fett has a grudge against Din and that he's in the book of Boba Fett, but we could see Din Djarin come in because it's the same universe, right? It's happening the same time. So that all makes sense. How does Migs Mayfeld fit in? I think that becomes part of speculation. You guys have to help me out. What's the story? The last time we saw Migs, Din and Cara Dune were letting him go, right? Cara Dune is the marshal, just turning the other way, and Din was saying, "Get out of here." And Migs went his way. I don't see what would bring Migs to Tatooine, specifically to Din Djarin, unless he's looking for a job. or to Boba Fett. Unless Miggs is looking for a job and he thinks that Boba Fett would hire him. In that case, he would become maybe an employee of Boba Fett's, a marksman, and got a sharpshooter. That would fit. But what about Grief Karga? Where would Grief Karga come in? Why would Grief Karga leave Navarro? He's a big wig in Navarro. What takes him to Tatooine to Boba Fett? Unless Boba Fett and Fennec go to Navarro for one of his chapters, right? So there's somebody he's looking for, and Boba Fett goes to Navarro, meets with Grief Karga there, and says, "Hey, I'm going to take care of business." So with this one, I give it one bucket of coal. I think I think it's mostly true. I think for sure we're going to get a couple of appearances. I'm questioning all four. So that's where I'm struggling. Yeah, four arcs for Book of Boba Fett. I don't know, Lord Callus. It just doesn't really fit with what I've heard that the Book of Boba Fett's going to be about. So that's tough. KRT, we're saying Din comes in towards the end to request war. Not sure. Maybe so. Lord Callus, you meant Bad Batch. 4 arcs for Bad Batch. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Well, if it's going to be a full 22 episodes, you get 3 to 4 episodes per arc. You could have as many as 7. I think we could end up with the 7 story arcs. Yeah. Yeah. What Santa said is crap. Oh no. Giving Santa buckets of coal. Oh no. Fair enough, Isaac. Fair enough. Cobb Vanth deserves his own armor. We need more Cobb Vanth for sure. Timothy Oliphant killed it. Oliphant, he killed it. We need more of that. Great. Cad Bane now. Yes. Mayfeld goes to Boba for protection. Could be for protection, or to offer his services in exchange for protection. Absolutely. That could work. Let's see. Yeah, Fett could definitely use him. That could work. Oh, McNay, you bring up a good point. First of all, hello. Hello. So Dengar, I think we very well could expect in the Book of Boba Fett to see other bounty hunters. Dengar for sure. We should see Bosk, folks like that. Part of his lieutenants, right? So he'll be getting those for sure. What about Han? Would Han Solo maybe? Coachella, I think that's a really good point. If Han has already gone back into smuggling, which we see in the beginning of The Force Awakens, I know people aren't happy with that. I get it, and they don't want to see the whole Mandoverse transition to the sequels, but that's likely to happen. That's likely to happen. Han Solo, if he's already back into the smuggling business 5 years after Return of the Jedi, then I think we could see Han Solo show up. Absolutely. Not exactly sure, but that would be a good, you had the whole big thing with Luke Skywalker at the end of season 2 of the Mando. Having Han Solo show up in the Book of Boba Fett is that big drop, would be huge. So keep that in mind, folks. I hadn't really thought it through, but if he is smuggling, then that could very well happen. Yes, you found another Rey fan. Absolutely. Santa absolutely loves Rey's character. Yeah, Santa is in the Book of Boba Fett for sure. Cobb Valance. About the War of the Bounty Hunters crossover comics leads straight into the Book of Boba Fett. That'd be good. That'd be really good. Yeah, I'm okay with TFA. I know, but and thanks so much. It's Autumn Shadow. Thank you so much for coming and participating. I think that I like the Force Awakens as well. I think a lot of people do, but there's that people take issues with the legacy characters. So Han, Luke, and Leia specifically, and Chewie, R2, and 3PO. They take issues with how they were treated through the sequel trilogy, and Han going back to smuggling is one of the things people aren't really all that happy about. Look, I don't have a problem with it, but me personally, I'm just recognizing there's a big portion of the fan base that do have a problem with it. So the longer they can just let that stuff kind of settle, the better. But this might be a really good time for uh, Dave Filoni and John Favreau to kind of bring that in and have Han show up doing a little smuggling. I think that would be great. Phil, hello, good to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming in. Is Star Wars Santa canon? Oh, we'll have to wait, Dark Side. Right now, Santa is in the Star Wars universe. I don't know if you guys knew that. Santa is in the Star Wars universe. You can find a comic with Santa in Star Wars, but that unfortunately at this point is Legends. Will Santa be brought out of Legends into canon? You'll have to wait and see. We'll find out. Very good. Very good. And, we have a Legends expert with us in the chat. Lord Callis is here. That'd be funny. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, Santa's lying. That's right. I would have to lie. If I were in it, I would have to lie that I was not in it. So you never know. Trev, I don't think we need Cad Bane in a Book of Boba. I think we need him Bad Batch and building Boba's legend. Agree to disagree, my friend, which is not uncommon at all. I think we need Cad Bane in live action, and the more Cad Bane we get, the better. No, not Cad Bane getting killed, Trev. You're going to get on the naughty list. You're going to have to share some of that coal that I give out, but for just being naughty. There you go. Trev's trying to earn it today. Yes, Indiana Jones. There's some. The Ark of the Covenant showed up, right? If Santa isn't in the Book of Boba Fett, then why is the show releasing at Christmas? Isaac, you might get yourself on Disney's hit list. You better be careful. Lucasfilm may come after you. If you break some news ahead of time, you never know. Sometimes you have to be, Trev, a magic maker does it all the time too, right? Gold can be diamonds from a certain point of view. True. So as far as the rumor goes, that this show is that all four of these characters will show up in the Book of Boba Fett. I think that it remains to be seen. We've had some really good people, Corey and Noah from Kessel Run, that have a really, really good. Yes, the mouse is watching. Be careful. Be careful. So if Corey and Noah are saying that they're going to show up, I tend to believe it. I'm having trouble with all four of them, though. I really don't know about Grief, Karga, especially. Megs, I think we made a case perhaps he could show up. And for sure, I think it's got to be absolute for sure that Cobb Vanth is there. So that takes care of this rumor. There's another really big rumor I've been kind of holding off. And this one here, and before we talk about it, Hasbro has loads of Cad Bane sculpts they want to repaint. He'll be in for that reason alone. Oh, another Christmas gift for Hasbro. Yeah. All right, Gray. We'll see you later. Thanks for stopping in. And the views are popping up. Thanks so much. I really appreciate the support, you all. We're having a lot of fun right here. And Santa's right. The more Cad Bane, the better. No kidding. That's absolutely true. So there's another big rumor. It kind of hit yesterday, and there already been some folks diving into it. I've heard that there's a couple of YouTube videos already about it. And I think this one needs to come up. Trev actually sent me a link to it this morning and said, hey, take a look at it, or maybe overnight. This is about, let's just kind of work our way through it. Here's the story. It's about what happened in the Disney sequel, and it was submitted 2 days ago. And this is supposedly a Disney insider, a Lucasfilm insider, who said that this person worked on the sequel trilogy entire run, and they have a bunch of stuff they wanted to get out into the light. And there's some, again, we're talking about fact or crap. There's a lot of this that we need to be careful about. And I'll say this because when you're looking at this, these kind of rumors, especially because this is kind of big stuff that we're going to talk about, you have to be careful about crediting things that you want to hear, discrediting things you don't want to hear, and figuring out what the truth of it might be. And that's where it really becomes difficult because you'll read parts of it that you already have some inclination to believe, some desire to believe, and when you read it, you're like, "Ha! There's confirmation of what I already thought." And I start that right off the bat because we've got at the beginning, he wanted to say what's going on. So he said, "Who am I? Does it matter? There's nothing I could provide to convince everyone who I was without doxing myself. Something I'm not open to doing. So take this as gospel or with a grain of salt." And then here's what he says. There's never been a cultural civil war at Lucasfilm. A disagreement on direction to take the franchise has always been a recurring problem. You would expect that at any studio, debate about what a particular story or thing should happen. Certain members of the story group desire to see Star Wars resemble a D&D campaign, more aesthetic, less narrative. Others are pushing towards a more traditional approach. I'm inclined to believe there's no civil war going on at Disney or Lucasfilm. I have a tendency to believe that Lucasfilm is like no other studio, or no different than any other studio, that have disagreements in what a particular story, how it might unfold. Different creative minds come up with different ideas. And I'm of the inclination to believe that Lucasfilm is exactly like that. And any kind of news or rumor of a civil war has been exploited to try to get clicks and views and that kind of thing. I don't believe there's a civil war at all. So I'm tempted to believe that part. But the next part says that there isn't a war between Kathleen Kennedy and Favreau. They're rather pleasant terms. Again, everything that I've seen from Favreau, comments and things that I've heard about Favreau's relationship to Kathleen Kennedy is very positive. And I would expect that this part, again, meets the narrative that I believe, right? So that comes in as well. Then we get into this really long part here about the sequel trilogy itself. And some of the information in here starts to talk about, who was doing what. And I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I do want to just kind of point out that it talks about Rian Johnson and Trevorrow. You see stuff about Rey, her background. Abrams initially hoped to work with George, and then that didn't work out. George walked. JJ almost attempted the same, but Iger stopped him, and it keeps going. Some of the things in here, and they're talking about, again, who Rey should have been, the granddaughter of Luke, or some relative to Obi-Wan, or whatever. All that goes on. But there's a bit that says that here, I want to touch base on this. Finn had likewise been a subject of controversy. Abrams wanted John Boyega to play Finn. Alan Horn, as well as additional Disney producers, saw that as a risk. Horn pushing for an Ansel Elgort type. So if you read this, then Alan Horn, why doesn't he want John Boyega? Just store that. Then keep going. It says Horn was most vocal against romance between Finn and Rey. Risk factor being a big part. So why wouldn't you want, what's the risk? What's the risk between John Boyega and Finn having a relationship with Rey? So what would be the risk, right? Is it interracial? Is Horn concerned about race intermixing? That would be really, really incendiary, right? That would be a big deal. So I start to wonder, oh, wait. All right. So red flags start coming up for me. And hello, Martin. Martin, good to see you here. Oh, and Landon Dubes, thanks for joining in. There's red flags start coming up to me as I read through this. And we start to get into a lot of detail about, and here's another one. Wanted to set up a romance between Poe and Finn. Again, this comes back to say that Horn, again, didn't want to go forward with that because it could be a risk. It really sets Alan Horn up to be a fall guy. And why are they throwing so much shade at Alan Horn in this article? And then it just talks about different stories, the way the story changed, so on and so forth. And you keep reading about, Ryan and JJ, Colin, all this goes through the article. And I'm just going to summarize it that most of this is stuff that you kind of already heard about the direction of the filming of the sequels, what was happening during the sequels, the different directors coming up to be in each. And it just is a hot mess. The details here, to me, again, the discussion is factor crap and sort of how I work myself through the determination, do I believe this or not? And I have to try to take into play my own personal biases, what I want to believe and what I don't, and then start to read it. And it talks about JJ cut, now Lucas cut. No, there is no Lucas cut, right? A lot of these things are things I believe. And again, you can find this, you can read all the way through it yourself. But my takeaway at the end of the day goes along with it, what Eden is saying here. They pull in a lot of things that are already out in the open and make it seem like Horn is a bad guy and JJ seem good. There's two possibilities. One, this is a person from Bad Robot who's wanting to throw shade at Alan Horn and really take issue with them. They really don't get into the Ryan stuff too much, that they bring it up, but the rest of it goes along. I think that a lot of this is already in the open, and somebody wrote a narrative. Somebody invented a narrative to connect the dots. We have lots of dots on the page, and they just lined them up and they wrote a narrative. Do I think that this is an insider from Lucasfilm or Bad Robot or or Disney who leaked this? No, I do not believe that at all. And I think, Eden, you're right. 4 buckets of coal, it seems about right. I don't think it's entirely made up because there's facts involved, but the story itself that fleshes it out, I think, is made up. I don't think it exists, and they're making a good story out of it, and they're making it very believable. But I don't believe for a moment that this is an insider, because the amount of detail in this story makes it way too much to you could dox the person, right? They said they didn't want to tell anything about themselves because they could get doxed. Well, I'm here to tell you, if all this stuff was true and it did happen this way, the number of people in that circle is small enough you could dox them. If you were inside Lucasfilm, if you were involved in that, then you would already know, right? So there's some very, very interesting stuff. And I've been talking about it. I've also talked to a couple of other folks. I sent it through some folks I trust just to say, do you believe this? And got varying degrees of, yeah, most of it sounds believable to, no, there's some red flags in there. I don't believe it. For me, I don't believe it. I don't believe, I should put it this way. I don't believe that this is an insider leaking stuff. Perhaps I'll be proved to be wrong, but I don't believe that it is an insider leaking it. I think they're taking evidence, things that we already know, some bits and pieces here and there, and they're filling out a narrative around it. That's what I think. As they said, there's additional rumors to come. Perhaps there will be, and perhaps we'll find out that this is a real leaker. But for me, right now, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And if this story picks up, then it will start to get legs, and some of the major news outlets will pick it up. And if Alan Horn is the kind of fall guy that this article seems to make him up to be, that he was opposed to interracial relationships, he's opposed to homosexual or bisexual relationships being in the film, then he's going to have some heat to account for in these days where that kind of stuff leads, and where other producers, other people are in loads of trouble. And if Alan Horn is guilty and other people come out and say, yep, he's guilty, then it'll start to pick up legs and it'll get some traction. If that were to happen, then watch out. I don't believe it. I think they're making it up. But if that were the case, some of you have kind of already picked up on it. Reimagine so they can bring Kathleen Kennedy up to Horn's position. I think that would be the result. If Alan Horn were guilty, they would. You're going to see a big shakeup in Disney. You would see Alan Horn booted, Kathleen Kennedy elevated into his position, and Favreau elevated to Kathy's position, which is a very interesting prospect, because a lot of people would love to see Jon Favreau at the head of Lucasfilm. Absolutely want to see that. I'm absolutely in favor of that. I think that would be awesome to see that happen, and put Kathleen Kennedy as the head of Disney Productions. It makes, I think, an awesome move for her. That would be good for her. That would be good for Favreau. It would be good for Lucasfilm. But Alan Horn would be taking a big hit, and so I could expect that we're going to see either people come out to say, hey, that's not true. Alan Horn is not that guy. This article is complete bogus. It's junk. Don't believe a word of it. Or you might get complete silence, which doesn't address it at all. But people who pick up on this little narrative from this, if any journalists from the major trades pick up on it and they try to chase it down, then we'll see more information come out for that. Right? So I don't believe so. Did Lucas have treatments for the sequel? Yes, he did, Landon. But he does not have a cut of The Rise of Skywalker, right? So that's what they're talking about. It's a juicy story if that's what's happening. And it's part of the process. It's absolutely a juicy story. It'd be a big deal. But wow. Oh my goodness. Gunsmoke saying that debunks the articles there's no civil war. I don't think there's a civil war. There might be bad blood between certain people, and there might be little, creatives that have different ideas, but I don't think it elevates to the point of a civil war. That's just my opinion, Gunsmoke. I don't have any way to prove it. I think it's blown up. I do think it's a story. It's a narrative to allow a transition. It could be. I mean, it could be. A magic maker Civil War narrative depends on the side draw. Hey, look, Wu-Tang Wells is here, another active resident on the naughty list. But Wu-Tang did my intro for me, so he's on the positive side of the naughty list. The only reason Wu-Tang's on the naughty list is because he wants to be. He gets upset when he's on the nice list, and he has to do things just to be put back on the naughty list, and it makes him comfortable. He's happy there. Oh, Andrea, hello. Christmas came early. Very good. If you're a Kathleen Kennedy supporter, there's no civil war. If you're other side, they might see conflict as a civil war. But it could be true because people not in power feel like they have to fight harder. Uh, don't promote Kathleen to a key Disney role. You don't want her influence on the MCU. That's hilarious, Wells. That's that's very good. Dark Side has to run off for now. That's okay. The George Lucas trilogy went a different route. That's true. That's true. It did. And Mark's right. The Civil War narrative is true if you're monetizing it. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. Let me see if I can get in here. Hold on one second. And we got some more stuff to talk about. I want to get in, but I do want to. I want to promote this. I want to tag it. So let's see if I can get into the control room here in YouTube, and if I can pin this comment. So you guys, we have these not made for kids. I gotta. There's buttons you have to click, things to before you can get in. We'll do that. We'll save. Come on, catch up. YouTube, you're killing me. Come on. You know, what would be great is if YouTube's control room were more like what we get in things like Streamlab. But it's not. It's not. Here we go. I'm going to pin this message. And you guys come join our Discord. It's fantastic. We have a good time there. And we talk about these kind of things in discussion form. So there it goes. It's pinned. We're good. I'm going to get out. Just free up some bandwidth. George is an old man who is retired, and the last time he made Star Wars, people hate him. Why would he return? That's somewhat true. I could see him coming on in a consulting kind of role, but I don't think he'll take over as president of Lucasfilm or anything like that. So there we go. Trev, buckets of diamonds for everybody. Trev's trying to get on. He's trying to get on your guys' good side. While picking on Santa at the same time. Thanks so much, Trev. Good to have you here. Yeah, Santa has to pin it, unfortunately. So I wanted to talk about, let's see, some of the other rumors that came out. First of all, the Star Wars posted out today. The details of the next wave of the High Republic stories have been revealed. Some of these look absolutely wonderful, very exciting. So again, as far as our fact or crap, these are facts. these are facts. There's no debate here. These are straight up from Star Wars. And some of these storylines look really good. I love seeing Avar right there on top of a Rancor, riding a Rancor. That looks really good. Oh, that looks really good. I look forward to seeing this episode here by Kevin Scott. Looks really, really exciting. And then we just keep going down. There's the Star Wars Insiders coming out. We've got some great content there. We've got a novel coming out, The Rising Storm by Kevin Scott. And again, if you don't know Kevin Scott, he is more the horror genre. So this might take a really dark twist. It could be really exciting, and looking forward to that. And it just keeps going. So check out this from and here's another look. This looks almost vampire-ish, right? As a green lightsaber from Danielle Jose Older. So looks good. More stuff from Justina Ireland coming. So check out that. If you are into the High Republic, I know many people aren't, but we've got Lord Callis has been in the chat. Lord Callis has done some great reviews of the High Republic stuff. For those that are actually reading it, it's getting some decent feedback. Not all of it is for everyone, and certainly Geode is. Geode's raises some controversy as well. So there's a fun to be had there. Let me get caught up. Kyle, no Civil War, throwing wet noodles at a wall trying to hide that sequel trilogy. Oh, people have different opinions about that, but that it does seem that you need to let the dust settle, things cool off around the sequel trilogy, give some time to gird it up, build some more story around it, and lead people to it. And then I think there's a big enough universe for folks to be able to stay engaged in the franchise during that era without having to be completely sold on the sequels themselves. Much like Santa, myself, and the prequels, they're not exactly my cup of tea, but with the Clone Wars animated series, I love those. And I could watch those over and over again during that same era and enjoy them, and then watch the sequel, the prequel trilogy in some more context. And while I may not be a huge fan of the prequels, I can like the other content in that same era. I think we'll end up with the same sort of thing in the sequel era. They can build some other content in that era that kind of helps gird it up, helps support it, helps give some additional framework. You may never buy into the sequel trilogy. I would give you that. Yeah, that could be the case. But I think you may enjoy a lot of the stuff that comes up beside it. So there's that. Am I going to be on tonight's Nerd Theory? I have not been contacted yet. Let me put it that way. So no plans at the moment to be on tonight, but who knows? Again, I've not been contacted. From what I understand, they may have like Star Wars only on some other folks. So they may not bring me back this week. There was a little bit of openness to bringing me back in a future show, so I may show up again at some point. I'm just not haven't been contacted about tonight, so we'll see. I hope for George to be able to complete his museum when it comes. Amen, Martin. Very good, very good. Don't think that it's two, meaning George and Kathleen, because the irrefutable comrade said George and Kathleen are friends. Don't know that they're friends anymore. And that he definitely hates the new sequel trilogy. I think there's enough evidence to say that George is not a fan of the sequel trilogy. I don't know if hate is the right word, but to say that he doesn't embrace them would be accurate for sure. Whether he dislikes Kathleen, I don't know. I would suspect that their friendship likely survives. They're just not around what is going on in the Star Wars itself. So we'll see. Star Wars only, it's going to be weird. Yeah, I think that's the goal, right? Theory would like to get folks on to disagree with him, have issues with some of his contents and stuff like that. So, but perhaps that could be the case. Lucas show, don't think a Lucas show is viable, right? Trying to give the High Republic a chance. Thor Skywalker gave the main book a decent review. Yeah, Thor has enjoyed it. Lord Callus is enjoying it. Santa is enjoying it. Gray is enjoying it. So there's a network of us across the spectrum who are enjoying the High Republic. And I know there are other folks, Josh and Theory, didn't really get engaged with it, and they haven't moved forward with it. It's not their cup of tea. So that's fine. That's fine. Not a big fan of Star Wars only. Was part of a blockchain he did for following Geeks and Gamers. I see, Phil. I've been following only for some time. I do enjoy him for the most part. I'm in his Discord, and there's some good folks there having great conversations. So no shade from Santa towards Theory, or towards only. So I want to keep going. We've got other news that came out. Here's another one. We've got a set picture, a set photo from Andor series. So let's blow this up and take a look at it. I think there's some neat stuff here. And it says, if you look in the background, you can see like these Imperials. We've definitely got something going on right here in the center of the screen. It looks really, really good. And then we got a green screen over on the side. So they're going to be casting something up here in this appears to be some sort of outdoor mall environment somewhere. If you know where this is, that's fine. But they've got a water feature. They've got the fountains turned off. You can kind of see in this green screen. This appears to be a walkway. They've covered up some maybe store entrances over on the side, and you can see some other characters here in the background. So obviously you got a camera here. They're doing something, setting something up, and they've got something going on in this main portion here. So very interesting stuff. Here, let's zoom in even closer. And again, it gets a little bit fuzzy, but you can kind of see what's going on. And it does appear like it be from the Andor series. So again, fact or crap? This is fact. This falls on the nice side. So we've got some good content here, leaks from the Andor series. So again, reason to be excited about that upcoming series. And I think that pretty much wraps it up. There was one other article that I came across this morning from Cora Digest. People ask some weird stuff on there, and it's not always enjoyable. But somebody said, "What are some of the hidden Easter eggs in the original Star Wars movies?" And this article goes into some of them, and they're quite good. Some of them you've already known, like IG-11. His head here also appears above the cantina there, right? So let's make this a little bit bigger so folks can see. There we go. A magic maker, hoping to be surprised by Andor. Me too. I'm hoping to be pleasantly surprised. It's starting to get me hyped. So there we got one of the Easter eggs. And this 1138 keeps showing up over and over again. And it's a callback to THX 1138, which is George Lucas' earlier work. And you see it show up different places. And they just showed out another one's on the side of that helmet that Leia puts on. Return of the Jedi, when she comes in and frees Han from the carbonite. 1138's on the side of that. Keep going down. And Ralph McQuarrie, the guy who did all those wonderful sketches, he actually shows up in Empire Strikes Back. Here's Ralph McQuarrie walking right across the set with his sketchbook in hand. Oh, he walks right across. So there's look for Ralph McQuarrie, our artist. And then you see other things, Dengar and Bosk, and that's spelled wrong. It's not Boosk, it's Bosk. 2 S's, not 2 O's. You blink them, you miss them. They're there in Return of the Jedi. There's that. And then the guy who played Boba Fett, Jeremy Bulloch. You see him holding Leia back when she's saying, "Luke, don't, it's a trap." They're on Cloud City. You see 3PO still in disarray on Chewbacca's back. This is the actor who was in the suit for Boba Fett. Just fun stuff, folks. This is great. You see the dice from Han. I think most of us have probably heard of that, but you can see it in the Millennium Falcon. Again, you do see it featured in Last Jedi, and in Solo, but there it is. Docking Bay 94 is numbered outside door 94 here. You've got that. This is good. So many Bothans died to get this information. And somebody pointed out, here's what a Bothan looked like in the sketch, in the artwork, what a Bothan would look like. And then they pointed out, right? So Rogue One, Bothans do not die here. right there. And then you get episode 4, episode 5, Star Wars, Shadows of the Empire, Bothans die here. Oh, that's funny. So there you have that. I thought this was interesting. The lady who was the emperor in the robes there, Marjorie Eaton. Now I've heard of this before, but they bring it out. Marjorie Eaton was actually stand-in for Palpatine, and also Clive Revel. He was credited for voicing the Emperor, and you can see his likeness in the holovid there. But he later got replaced by Ian McDermott. And the interesting part, I just listened to an interview. It's an older interview, but during the prequels, when those were being filmed, Ian McDermott did the reshoots for the remakes, and Hayden Christensen was in the suit as Vader during these reshoots. Now we don't know if based on that interview, if Hayden was actually in the reshoots, but that would be super exciting that you would know that in the reshoots where you've got McDermott in there as the Emperor, it's somewhat likely that that's actually Hayden Christensen as Vader. Cool. I think that's really cool, really exciting. And then a similar IG unit is here in Cloud City. And then, of course, here's another one, Captain Rex from the Clone Wars, appearing in Return of the Jedi. Now, this one's been confirmed to debunked and confirmed to debunked several times. At this point, it remains a little bit sketchy. But is that Rex? Is it not Rex? There varying times it's been confirmed that it is and that it's not. So take that how you will. And then also here, this is the same guy. So don't know. So I thought that was a fun article. I thought it'd be fun to talk about at the end of our fact or crap and put it in there. Oh, how's it going in here? Hey, Darth Skunkus, we've been having a good time. There you go. It's Santa. Santa has a cameo in the original trilogy. Oh, that's funny. As I heard, it was confirmed as is. Yeah, I've seen that too, Cows. It goes back and forth though, and so people will argue about it. Is it canon or is it not canon? That's Rex. I prefer to think that it is Rex. It looks like Rex. Why wouldn't it be Rex? Why shouldn't it be Rex? Is there a good excuse to not be Rex? I don't think so. I love it to be Rex, and let's go with that. Right. If Andor gives me more main character aliens, I'll be all about it. Yeah, and I think it's supposed to be sort of a different genre. So it's supposed to be a bit of an adventure mystery kind of thing. So there you go. Callus is on the same page. Me too. Very good. A Magic Maker character had a different name in the script, but it's supposedly been retconned. Right. Filoni, right. Filoni confirmed it, but then later they came out and said, maybe. I think that's what he said. So like Filoni said that it was Rex and then later kind of walked it back. But I'm not taking the walk back. I'll put that in the same category as the I'll take the walk back in the same category as Katie Sackhoff's interview. I'll put it in the crap pile. So I believe that it is Rex. And he appears in a Galaxy of Adventure. So yeah, I'm all in favor of it. So folks, that's going to wrap it up for today in our fact or crap, reading the rumors. What's real? I think we've had a fun discussion. It's been great in the dialogue here. And you guys, I hope you do have a wonderful day. I hope you have a great time. Tomorrow, probably no live stream during the day. We'll be preparing for debate 8 tomorrow night, given that still goes on as scheduled. And then Thursday, look for us here with a Magic Maker. Then Santa's going on vacation. We're going down to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. If you're in the Gatlinburg area, Gatlinburg and Dollywood and all of that down there, Sevierville, Tennessee area, then hit me up. Send me an email. Let me know. Maybe we can arrange a meetup. So we'll be leaving here this coming Friday. We'll be down there for a little over a week, returning the Sunday following. So you guys, thank you again for your support. We're more than halfway. We're just over 2,000 hours towards our 4,000 hour goal. When we hit that 4,000 hours, just as a recap, I am going to do another giveaway. We're going to give away some more toys. How about that? This time it'll be Jar Jar Binks. So folks have been asking me to review stuff other than Black Series Ray. We've got a Black Series Jar Jar Binks here, and I'll be doing unboxing a review of this. When we hit 4,000 hours, we'll put names into the bucket and we'll draw one out and I'll send this off. So there you go, folks. I hope that you have a great day. And for all of you, may the force be with you, and Merry Christmas, my friends. Bye-bye.